Should we talk about Scrum now? No, 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 no. Let's plan a party. Let's pretend we all work for a party planning and throwing company. Now, I've been to meet with our client. I met with him at Starbucks. I came back with requirements on napkins. You get requirements on napkins, right? Okay, so I'll read you the requirements in a second, but this is going to be quite a party. This gentleman is going to be 50 years old. Well, let's extend it out. I usually say 6 weeks from Saturday, but it's still going to be cold here in 6 weeks, right? Really cold. So let's say 12 weeks from this Saturday. This gentleman's going to turn 50 years old. And he's going to throw a party for himself. Now, he's been very successful. They have a very nice home in a rather exclusive part of town. Big house. Big circular drive, near a commercial kitchen. 5 or 6 bedrooms, 4 or 5 bathrooms. You get the idea. This is a nice place. And this is going to be quite a birthday party. They're going to invite so many people that 150 actually show up. You know, you plan a big party or a wedding, you have to invite more people than will really show up. So they're going to invite so many people that 150 show up. This is going to be quite a party. Get that many people, all sorts of people are coming. You know, first thought is, of course, extended family. And Aunt Martha is at the top of that list. Because our new client, he's still on Aunt Martha's will. We want to keep it that way. And Aunt Martha, she's bringing the garden club. So the yard and the garden better look nice. And the birthday boy's wife, her bridge club, they just assume they get invited to this kind of a soiree, so we need to set up a place for them to play cards. And the teenage son, he and his posse want to come. Now the little kids, it's different. This is going to be an adult party. It's going to start at 6 p.m. on that Saturday, and it's going to go till 6 a.m. the next morning. We're going to feed them a little breakfast before we let them go, right? So we're going to take the little kids off-site. We're going to take the little kids someplace else. And then there's, some of the neighbors get invited, some of the neighbors don't get invited. There's his people that works with him at his business, his clients, his vendors, some political officials. This is going to be quite a party. Now, I don't want to tell you that money's no object. You don't get to be as well off as this guy is by spending all your money. But I really got the feeling when I met with him at Starbucks that money wasn't going to be the first thing that came to his mind. He wants this to be a successful party. So, here's the requirements that I came up with. Buy a sound system. Clean all rooms. Remove excess furniture. Arrange flowers everywhere. Figure out how to park the cars. Make the garden look nice. Set up tables for food. Buy food and plates and stuff. Arrange the sleepover for the little kids. Drive the little kids to the sleepover. Create ambient lighting. And of course, the ubiquitous other stuff. Are these good requirements? I would submit that there's something missing from most of these. If we're going to figure out the implementation, which we want the team to do, what is it that we need to understand before we can figure out that implementation? What's missing?
The value.
How do we understand the value? What's missing that would help us understand the value? You're not wrong, but a little higher level than that.
Kind of participants?
Say again?
Participants?
Well, we've got a general list of the invitees. It's quite an assortment of people. What are we missing?
Time. Estimation.
6 p.m., 6 or 12 weeks from Saturday. Here, you can't talk.
What's a successful party? What do you think is a successful party?
That's a little bit too big.
Theme?
What's that?
Theme?
We're the team. It's our company. We're
Theme
building.
of the party.
The theme of the party. We have to figure that out. It's up to us. We're the creative.
Celebrate birthday.
What's that?
Birthday celebration. Birthday celebration.
Well, yeah, it's birthday, but what, is there a theme to the party? Is what she said.
Gifts. Gifts expected.
You guys are too far down in the mud. What do we need to know? What's missing? Let's start with the first one, okay? Buy a sound system. What would your question be?
How much money can I spend? Why do I?
What's the
why-
reason to buy?
yeah,
Why?
Why buy?
Yeah.
Why not rent? And even more importantly, why does he want a sound system? What's really missing here is the motivation. We're going to be successful at whatever it is. We need to understand the motivation of the user, of the person that's really going to get the business value. Okay? Maybe all he's going to do is make a speech, and all he needs is a power megaphone. Maybe he's a collector of vinyl, and he's going to play records. Different sound system. Heck, maybe Mick and the boys are free, and the Stones are gonna come play. Different sound system altogether, right? So most Scrum and Agile teams have discovered that there's a process and a template for documenting the process offered to us or suggested to us by Kent Beck a couple of decades ago, called the user story. So as some kind of a user, I have this functionality or this goal so that I get this business value. What might buy a sound system sound like in this template? As the birthday boy, I want, what does he want?
Sound system.
He doesn't want a sound system. What does he want?
I want to be able to play music.
He wants to play music so that,
I guess can dance.
okay, rule number one of good user stories is that the business value you name needs to belong to the user that you name. Yes, I understand that the birthday boy wants his guest to have a good time, but I'm trying to make a point. So that my guest can dance and have a good time is their business value. So properly stated would be, as the birthday boy, I want to be able to play music, I want to have music, so that I can dance and have a good time at my birthday party. As a party goer, I want there to be music so that the guests can have a good time. Okay, see the difference there? Okay, so that's rule number one. We're going to discover a bunch more of rules of good user stories as we go through this little exercise.